Hi, I'm Dr. Veena Thomas from Leg Up Strategic Consulting for Physical Therapists. So welcome to the second video in my series called Grow Your PT Practice with Patients That You Love. And so if you missed the first video in the series on how to attract your ideal clients, definitely check that out. And so this is going to be the second video in the series about how to build your niche. So do you ever wish that your community knew what you were the go-to PT for, what you're best at, and just had clients flocking to you? That's the power of a really good niche. So what I see often with PT patient or PT websites is that they basically advertise themselves as being good at everything. And yes, you are very talented. Yes, you can treat a lot of things. Yes, you could work with pretty much anybody. But who do you really like working with? That's the ideal client. And then the niche is what you're going to be known for. So with PT websites that say things that are pretty broad, like we treat pain and injuries. The problem with that is that when a patient's looking to decide which PT clinic to go to, they're looking at all these websites in their neighborhood. They see your website, and if it says something like we treat pain and injuries, they think to themselves, well, so does every other clinic in my neighborhood. So how am I supposed to know who to pick? And so that's where your niche comes in. So let's define what a niche is. So your niche is going to be the Venn diagram intersection of your ideal client. So we talked about that in the last video with your strengths and your own personal superpowers. So the great part of a niche is that you don't have to do anything that's not aligned with who you are. I am all about authenticity, and you probably are too. So what we analyze is what you are really best at. What are your strengths? So, for instance, let's say that one of your strengths is dealing with shoulder rehab. And let's say that you realize from the last video that some of your ideal clients are climbers. Let's say that you spent a lot of your own personal free time in the climbing gym and you love working on injured shoulders and you're really good at it. That's your own personal strength and superpower. So then one of your niches becomes obvious. You can now put on your website that your niche is getting climbers back up on the wall. So now picture that you're an injured climber with a shoulder injury looking to decide which PT clinic to go to. So now if you're on your website and you see that your specialty, your niche is getting climbers back up on the wall, if you're an injured climber, going to your PT clinic is a no-brainer. It's just obvious that that's the right place to go to. And so once you treat someone like that as well, then your reputation starts spreading. And so then your referral network grows. You're able to reduce your marketing because suddenly, your climber patient tells, his or her climber friends. And then suddenly, before you know it, you're the go-to PT for that entire climbing gym. It's pretty incredible. And so you can reduce your marketing efforts, your marketing budget, and just focus on doing the work that you love and treating patients and getting them back to full functioning, which is really what you went to PT for. So it's pretty incredible and it's a win-win. Same sort of way, if shoulder injury rehab is your strength and your superpower, and let's say you treat a softball player with an injury, and they're totally happy with your service, and then before you know it, they're telling the rest of their softball team, they're telling the rest of their softball league, and then suddenly you're treating an entire softball league. Again, just from word of mouth. It's pretty incredible. This is actually what happened with the first PT that I ever worked with. And so we, decided how he felt his ideal clients were. That was pretty clear for him and what his niche was. We niched him out on the website. This is in 2020, beginning of the pandemic. And his practice really took off. He started treating, whole teams, whole leagues, whole, high school sports teams, friends, tennis leagues. His word of mouth reputation just grew like crazy. And he actually stopped marketing altogether aside from his website. It was entirely word of mouth. And he ended up with a waiting list 6 weeks long. So pretty incredible, the power of a good niche and being known for doing exactly what you love to do and what you're best at. So if this is exciting to you, and hopefully it is, grow your income and do more work that you love, fill your PT practice with patients that you love, I'm offering a 2 strategy session series. So it's called Grow Your PT Practice with Patients That You Love, and you can find it on my services page on the website. And so the first session in the series is what we discussed in the last video about defining your ideal clients. And the second session is defining your ideal niche and how to change your website and marketing to better reflect your niche, reflect your ideal clients, get your ideal clients to be magnetized to your site and to raise their hand and say, that's me, they're talking to me, and that is the PT that I absolutely have to work with. So again, check it out on my services site. I offer other services as well. Right now I have a special on the website Clarity Tune-Up. And so the website Clarity Tune-Up, I will walk through the video in a recorded website walkthrough and show you exactly some simple tweaks that you can make to optimize magnetizing your ideal clients to your site and to have it be more patient-centric, to work with exactly who you love and get patients chasing you down instead of chasing them. So super excited about that. Would love to work with you and would love to help. PTs are incredible and have personally changed my life. And so I would love to help them get back to doing more of the work that they love and be happier during their workday. So check out my services. Again, this is Dr. Veena Thomas for Leg Up Strategic Consulting for Physical Therapists. So thanks, and I look forward to seeing you in more videos, and have a great day.